transition, lays it up with a right, off glass and in.
Muse at the basket, gets fouled and one.
Osley wants three, give her three.
Offensive rebound, and it's Njoku. A Wednesday night in Boise. That means one thing. It's time for Bronco women's basketball. The 7-13 Broncos hosting the 8-11 Fresno State Bulldogs at ExtraMile Arena here tonight. It's National Girls and Women in Sport Day, and what a better way to have it than a fantastic basketball matchup here tonight. Leonard Berry alongside Breland Blanding. And Breland, we're looking at one of the most surprising teams in the Mountain West in Fresno State. Just 500 in conference play at 4-4, even though they have some of the best players in the Mountain West, including their point guard, Haley Cavender. And when you look at those numbers, it really makes you wonder how they could be only 500.
Yeah, Haley Cavender, she's doing a really good job this year. As you can see, she's leading the team with 19.2 points per game. She's doing it all. She's a nifty, crafty finisher at the rim, averaging 11.5 rebounds per game, which is also great for a point guard like her. So we'll see what she can do today and maybe push the team to a win.
Fresno State picked to finish first in the conference. At the moment, they're 5 games adrift of both UNLV and New Mexico, who are 9-1. For the Boise State Broncos, with Elodie Lalott out the last 2 games, it's been Abby Muse who's had to step up, and the Post certainly has done that. Another double-double for her on Saturday in the loss against San Jose State.
Yeah, as you can see here, she just blocked that shot on the outside, took it all the way for the easy 2. She has stepped up big for Boise State here in the loss of Elodie, and she's been doing it all. She's been rebounding, she's been finishing at the rim, and also good with her free throws as well. So she's been stepping up, and we'll see if she can do it again tonight.
Boise State will need Abby Muse to have another big game. 14 points, 11 rebounds, her 7th double-double of the season. She's second in the Mountain West with double-doubles. The only player ahead of her, Haley Cavender, on the other side for the Bulldogs. It'll be Fresno State and Boise State coming up when we return here on the Mountain West Network to ExtraMile Arena. Tip-off time in Boise. Abby Muse up against Uitala Mata, and it's Muse who wins it for the Broncos. So first possession of the night to Boise State, coming off 2 losses on the road a week ago. One in Laramie against Wyoming, another against the San Jose State Spartans. And already some very good ball movement from the Broncos as Leonidas finds herself doubled in the corner. Shot clock under 10 for Boise State as Osley's now trapped and her pass is stolen. This is what Fresno State loves to do, run in transition, and Hannah Cavender's pass broken up. Great defense by Dominique Leonidas to get back into the play.
Yeah, Hannah Cavender looked like she kind of was confused, didn't really know what she wanted to do there. That was good 2-on-1 defense there by Boise State.
Hannah Cavender is one of the best finishers at the guard position in the Mountain West, so a bit surprising to not see her go up with that shot. This is her twin sister Haley, who comes to a jump stop. 2 of them have become fast news in the Mountain West, not only on the court but off the court, especially with their NIL deals this year. 3 ball off. That was Haley who put it up, and Boise State's out in their own transition offense. It's Narrow who glides to the rim, but her shot is a little bit short, and the ball's wrestled away.
Although she missed that layup, as a coach, you love to see guards being aggressive, attacking the basket in transition.
Couple of early drives and some good looks for both sides. No points yet. Osley trying to change that. Back iron. Narrow nearly had it. All the talk about Haley Cavender being a great rebounder. Mary Kay Narrow, very good point guard rebounder as well. Nearly 5 a game for her. Comes in tonight with 4.7 for a contest on the season in 20 starts. Good shake move there by Hannah Cavender. Gets to the baseline and misses her shot. No buckets so far. 2 shots for both sides. Osley's floater is short. Fresno State will bring it the other way.
Both teams struggling a little bit to get a basket here at the start of the first quarter.
Normally when you're struggling, you send the ball inside. We saw it right there. Mata trying to go up for the Bulldogs, doesn't work out. Imagine we'll see Boise State try to get the ball down low with Hull or Muse here in this possession. You see both of them trying to post up. There's Trista Hull, the freshman from Yakima, Washington. Steps around Mata. Her shot hits the rim and stays out. And neither team can buy a bucket right now. Hannah Cavender Euros through the lane, and there are the first points.
Very aggressive there on the drive. Cross the lane, finish with the left hand.
She makes it look certainly a lot easier than it is, especially splitting two defenders. Broncos break the zone. Great job by Trista Hull to find some space at the free throw line and bury the short jumper.
Yeah, in that zone, that's what's going to be open, that little middle area. That's kind of what you give up. So if she can knock that down, she'll be sitting pretty.
Boise State ties it. 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Cavender out to the corner. First touch for Tamia Strickland. And she travels out on the left side. Let's take a look at the starting five for both teams. And a great point guard matchup we're expecting today. Mary Kay Narrow, Haley Cavender, two of the best in the Mountain West when it comes to playing the one guard position. Great ball movement inside, and a blocking foul called against the freshman Strickland. Trista Hull is going to go shoot two at the free throw line for Boise State.
Yeah, it's good ball movement there, as you see here. Dives to the rim. Feet quite not set just yet, so call a blocking foul.
Freshman on freshman right there as Hull drove the lane. And Trista Hull on the season, just a 59% free throw shooter. She misses the first. She went 0 for 2 from the line in the Bronco loss at San Jose State on Saturday. She makes the second here, so 1 for 2 on the trip, and the Broncos up by a point here early. Four-out offense for Fresno State. Hannah Cavender waits for the screen. Mata spinning on Trista Hull, and Hull stands her ground, affects the shot, and gets the rebound for her efforts. Broncos try to enter that post, and we're seeing a lot of early double teams so far from Fresno State as they get out and run the floor. Osley breaks up the pass. Yeah,
they read that very well. As soon as she got the ball, they came quick, didn't give her a chance to get together or really think about making a move. And here, good defense by Anna Osley to knock that out of bounds.
Boise State, certainly here in the early stages, seems very apt to Fresno State's tendency to run. Once they get in transition, Leonidas hits the floor. Not necessarily the look you want to give up, but Cavender, Hannah, misses it. Boise State again wants to go inside. The Broncos, when they go quick, means that Muse can't get double teamed. Leonidas lines up the three ball and knocks it down.
That was a good kick out there.
Muse got her own rebound, found the wide open Leonidas. First three-pointer of the night for the Broncos, who are now on a 6-0 run. Another drive from Mata, and Rachel Bowers, the one who's whistled for the foul.
Mata's been very aggressive to start here. As you can see, pump fake, tried to go to the left, reach down just a little bit. Now she'll go to the line for two.
Jada Clark checking into the game for Boise State, another freshman that the Broncos have seen get plenty of minutes here in this 21-22 campaign. Senior Mata at the line from Sao Paulo, Brazil, one of three Odisea College transfers on the Fresno State team. The other two not playing tonight. That would be Maria Gimares and Janina Todorova. Both of them are out tonight for the Bulldogs. Leonidas backs it out. Can't hit the shot, and Bowers is going to pick up its second foul. A quick and a cheap one right there, going for the offensive rebound.
Yeah, she kind of went over the back a little bit, trying to reach for that rebound, but love the aggression, but definitely hit her on the shoulder there.
That means Bowers will go sit on the bench. Two fouls, about 30 seconds apart for the senior for the Broncos. Anna Cavender guarded tightly by Dominique Leonidas. It's a good matchup for Boise State with Narrow on the other Cavender and Haley, but they leave Daly Dunn wide open at the top of the key. And the first three-pointer of the night for Fresno State falls to tie the game.
That was a good ball movement there by Fresno State. Wide open three at the top of the key.
We're seeing this zone from Fresno State. It's It's more of a half-court trap with the two Cavender twins. But it's leading Boise State to get it in early. Narrows three, doesn't go, and Hull is going to pick up a whistle over the back. Foul again for the Broncos. Tied at 6. A couple of three balls going down for both sides. Tough sledding offensively for both sides. 6-6 after the first 5.5 minutes have been played in Boise. Boise State, one of the best teams in the Mountain West in terms of defense, holding opponents to 38.4% from the floor and just 29% from beyond the arc. We're certainly seeing their defense pay off early here against Fresno State.
Yeah, Fresno had a couple of good looks here, but haven't been able to knock it down. But they definitely have been pests by the Boise State Broncos here.
We've seen Fresno State in a trap zone style. We'll see if that continues out of the first break. Haley Cavender trying to create some space for anyone. Picks Strickland, the freshman from Renton, Washington, and that shot thrown up awkwardly. It's another rebound for Trista Hull, make it her 4th of the night. Hull nearly did travel at the elbow. It looked suspicious, and the referees called it.
Yeah, she mad at herself there. She kind of got undecided. She was considering, trying to shoot it, maybe drive, and then kind of bailed out, pass it to the wing, but she already traveled.
And right now, the way that Fresno State is matching up, Trista Hull pretty much the captain for Boise State offensively. The ball's going to the free throw line every single play because that is the spot where you can break this type of zone that the Bulldogs are playing.
Yeah, in the zone, it's very important to get that ball in the middle because it's kind of hard to guard. As soon as it gets in the middle, people have to collapse in, and that's when you can kick it out to the guards for some threes, some mid-range shots. Getting the ball in the middle is very important in the zone.
Jump pass from Cavender, and it rolls out of the cylinder. That was Amy Book, the freshman, who thought she had her first points of the contest. Narrow again, another strong attack. A whistle on the floor. Believe this is going to go against Uitala Mata. And indeed it is. Goes against the Fresno State senior.
Yeah, Mary Kay Narrow is very aggressive to start this game. She sees the gap, she sees the hole, and she's attacking it hard.
Narrow had 12 points in the loss to San Jose State for Boise State on Saturday. Broncos trying to get back in the winning column after losing 2 a week ago. There's a good spin jumper by Haley Cavender, kissing the glass. And it puts the Bulldogs up. Boise State turns it over at half court. Fresno State will be right back on the attack. Again, it's Haley Cavender, but this time she misses.
Good transition defense there by Boise State to force her into shooting a mid-range jumper.
Cavender with 2 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist as Trista Hull again goes to work. Already got 3 points and 4 rebounds. She's going back to the free throw line for the second time tonight.
Yeah, first one she went 1 for 1. Let's see if she can capitalize and get both here at the free throw line.
And it seems like right now for Boise State, Trista Hull is where they feel like they have the mismatch. She's been guarded by a couple of freshmen. Started off being guarded by Tamia Strickland. Now it's Amy Book who's on her. And Hull has taken advantage. She's going back to the stripe again. She's been a big-time player in Elodie Lalotte's absence. This is now the 3rd straight start for Trista Hull. Lalotte once again unavailable for this contest for Boise State. Broncos are hoping that they will have her back on Saturday against San Diego State and the Aztecs. But Trista Hull has played very well during that time.
Yeah, in the absence of Lalotte, you're definitely going to need someone to step up and kind of fill that void, and she's doing a great job right now.
Referees are taking a look over at the scorer's table, just trying to make sure they have the time on the clock correct. It seems like at the moment, they keep glancing over to the scoreboard and then looking back down. Both teams are going to take advantage of this and talk to their coaches. At least try to, but no sooner than Boise State gets over to Gordy Presnell does the false timeout end. And they go right back. There's a look at Jamie White, head coach for the Bulldogs. 8th season with Fresno State, 149 and 94 while with the Bulldogs. And these two teams have played some thrillers, including, of course, the Mountain West Tournament Championship in 2020 that Boise State won in overtime, thanks to a controversial call, and I'm sure Bulldog fans still remember, as Hull makes both free throws this time and ties the game. Hannah Cavender gets some space, misses the shot. She's been better at shooting threes this year than ever before in her Fresno State career, but so far 0 for 2 from outside as again Hull has to make a decision, decides to shoot, and Trista Hull dominating early, 7 early points for Boise State.
Yeah, Trista caught the ball, looked for her post sister in the paint, and she had too much space, so she just decided to shoot it.
Another good decision for Trista Hull. 7 points and 4 rebounds. Floater tossed up by Hannah Cavender and a bucket. Back and forth so far here early.
Yeah, good decision by Hannah there to shoot the floater as they were closing in on her.
Cavender gets it to Haley. Haley will dribble it out. Leonidas, the one who will be credited for the turnover, and Muse takes a whistle and earns a foul for reaching over the back of Jessica Peterson.
Tried to disrupt the pass there, but maybe a little too aggressive, reached over and got caught for the foul.
Inbound goes to Peterson, guarded by Hull, and traveling called. Bulldog bench erupted, thought it was an and one, but no, Peterson walked with it.
Kind of looked like it was an and one, but as you can see here on the replay, she kind of picks up that pivot foot there, and good call by the refs.
A couple of hop steps well after she had established the plant foot. Jada Clark doubled at the timeline, gets it away to Trista Hull. Fresno State again lines up in their 2-3 zone. There's a few options to beat the zone as Osley travels. One of them, as we've seen early, get the ball inside to the free throw line. The other is space the floor with shooters, get them at the corner, get them at the hash marks, and be able to knock it down from outside. But you need some sure shots if you're going to shoot from that deep.
Definitely. They're trying to get it in the middle. You can see them eyeing it, but Fresno State's done a better job at guarding the middle, so it's not so open.
Haley Cavender again missing. Just one made basket for her on 5 attempts. Hull stops and pops. And soaring for the board is Hannah Cavender. Hannah wants to go coast to coast, carries it right into Leonidas. Almost looked like a running back hitting the hole as she barreled into Dominique Leonidas, and maybe no more obvious of a charge call.
Yeah, Dominique was in perfect position, stood right there, took the contact, got the charge.
Almost Derrick Henry-esque from Hannah Cavender. Tucked the ball right in the breadbasket. She was going for it. Leonidas stood her ground, didn't back out. A minute to play in the first quarter, tied at 10. Boise State again trying to find where their attacking options are in the half-court set. Osley from the hash mark, 3-ball in and out. Fought for Chinma Njoku getting in. Second straight game that she's seen action in. Returned to the court for the first time in over a year in Saturday's loss against San Jose State. Great to see her back for Boise State, someone they've been waiting to get back for a while.
Yeah, nice to see her back on the court. She's definitely needed to try to help fill that void from Elodie being out today.
Bulldogs will have to put up a shot. 5 seconds. Hannah's pass out. Finds Strickland. 3-ball no good, but Haley Cavender is there, and it'll give Fresno State the last shot of the first quarter. Crossover dribble, couple of them. Cavender puts it away, and that shot did not come off in time. Bulldogs mess it up in the half-court set, and we go to the second quarter tied at 10 in Boise. Back in Boise, taking a look at the team comparisons between the two sides. It's 10-10, low scoring first quarter to be sure. Neither team shot the ball very well, but had a lot of good looks. None of them dropped for either side though, as Mata tries to go to work. Trista Hull again just stands her ground, and Mata can't move through her. Cole doing very well so far. 7 points and 6 rebounds. And she goes up strong again. Doesn't get this shot to drop. But having a fantastic game, especially after just one quarter.
Mad at herself there. She knew she should have made that layup, but sometimes they happen. Got to get back and play some good defense on the other end.
Boise State's containing Mata at the moment. It's Cavender who wants to drive, and Mata fumbles the pass. It was a good bounce pass sent in by Hannah Cavender, but Mata just had it go right through the fingers.
Yeah, that was a good pass there, good drive. She dropped 2 people, kind of pump faked, and then had the post wide open there, but just slipped right through her hands.
Still tied at 10, no baskets so far. A minute gone in the second quarter. Abby Muse gets an open look, gets a bucket, and Boise State goes back on top.
Boise State is moving the ball very well. Hit the corner, the post in the high key there, dived to the basket and had a wide open layup.
A lot of urgency on offense from the Broncos. Haley Cavender, great finish.
And she's very nifty and crafty at the basket. Was able to finish that with her left hand.
She just spun it right off the glass for 2. Both Cavenders with 4 points. Jada Clark outside, almost banked it in. Osley with the behind-the-back bounce pass after making the smart play to get her feet in bounds. But it's going to lead to transition. Hannah, no good. Abby Muse brings it in.
Boise State is playing very good transition defense as their guards are pushing it quick.
These are 2 teams that love to run as Jada Clark hits on the inside, recovers the missed 3, and gets the putback points.
That was a great crash in the O-boards right there. Got that rebound, was able to put it back for the quick 2.
That's a 5'4" freshman down in the paint for Boise State. What a tip play from Fresno State. And again, Hannah Cavender misses from 3. She's missed her first 3 attempts from downtown. Osley and Bowers. Bowers can definitely hit from that area. Again, Jada Clark gets down there trying to get the board. That time trying to go over the top of Haley Cavender. Couldn't do it.
Boise State being really aggressive on the rebounds right now. They're out-rebounding them 18-11 at this moment. Crashing very hard for the O-boards and also getting all of those defensive rebounds as well.
And that's huge for Boise State. On the year, the Broncos are just 1-9 when rebounds are either tied or they get out-rebounded. So winning the rebound battle is vastly important for the Broncos as, again, Haley Cavender shows off her proficiency inside the painted area. Cole makes a couple of moves. Ends up having to pass out. This Fresno zone is unrelenting as Muse thought she got some space, but the side of the backboard denied her. 2 teams that really just want to push the tempo. See a shot taken 6 seconds into the shot clock there by Daly Dunn, and it was well long. Whistle, and I believe they're going to call a foul. Yes, they are. Abby Muse had pinned the ball between her legs, so we take another look.
She got her there with the leg, as you can see. She's using her leg to kind of push her out, but the ref's going to call that every time.
That's a foul against Tamia Strickland. 33 minutes for the freshman in Fresno State's victory over Utah State on the road against the Aggies, and a foul is going to send Boise State back to the line, and who other than Trista Hull going back at it.
Yeah. I don't know how Mary Kay squeezed that ball in there. She only had a small little space, but she was able to get it to Trista, and she's being aggressive, trying to make the layup, and got fouled. Now she's back at the line for 2.
First free throw for Hull off the back rim. Hull, 2-time Associated Press 1A All-State selection back in Washington, playing at LaSalle High School. Averaged 17.5 points per game as a sophomore at LaSalle. At the moment on the season for Boise State, 5.6 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per game. She's already got more in both of those numbers tonight. 8.7 rebounds and a jumper drilled by Sharice Fairley.
If you're Fresno State, you love to see that ball go through the net. They've been struggling to shoot to start, but we can't expect that to be the case all game long.
Bulldogs 7 of 23 from the floor as Hull tried to find Abby Muse. Looking for the post-to-post connection as Cavender looked like she dribbled it off either her own foot or someone else's foot. And she tried to cross half court. Boise State just 5 of 21. So that zone defense definitely playing dividends for the Bulldogs at this moment. Hannah Cavender gets the switch onto Muse. That's what she wants, and it's Dunn who's left wide open in that left corner, but she misses the shot. Narrow looking for options. Osley making a tough decision with that pass.
Yeah, it looks like Fresno State's trying to double the post a little bit. It might be hard to get it in there.
Ball saved, that never went out of bounds as Hannah jumped from inbounds to go through the air to keep it in. Fresno State takes it, and again, for the second time tonight, Jessica Peterson travels. It'll be a turnover against the Bulldogs, but they lead Boise State at 16-15 at ExtraMile Arena. Buster Bronco hanging out, enjoying his time. Boise State behind Fresno State 16-15 with 4:54 to go in the second quarter. Tons of fans in attendance, great crowd on hand for National Girls and Women in Sport Day. Fantastic matchup here as well. Definitely has the fans excited. Boise State trying to creep closer back to 500 in the Mountain West, 3-6 in the conference. Bulldogs sitting right at 500, trying to get one game over it with a victory on the road. Osley can't get that three to go, but Abby Muse there for her 6th rebound of the game. Boise State doing great on the glass, and an assist for Abby Muse as Narrow picks up the points.
Yeah, Narrow did a good cut there as she got that offensive rebound and was able to get a nice little layup with contact with the left hand.
First points for Narrow on the night. A blocking foul called against Trista Hull. She tried to slide right in front of Hannah Cavender. It's the second foul against Trista Hull, so she'll have to be careful for Boise State. Osley so far has put up 4 3-pointers for the Broncos. Another look at that Narrow basket. Boise State just hasn't had a lot of success from outside, but neither has Fresno State. Both teams have only made 1 3. Bulldogs are 1 of 8 from outside. Boise State 1 of 7. Another 3 on its way. Fairly is short. Rebound to Sydney McQuieter for her touch of the game for the Broncos. The Boston College transfer from Keller, Texas. Gets in there and grabs the rebound. Muse takes a lot of contact but doesn't get a whistle. One-handed pass from Haley to Hannah, and then a collision underneath the hoop. Believe this will be a blocking foul against Leonidas.
Yeah, Leonidas tried to slide over there for the help defense. As you can see here in the replay, just didn't get there in time, kind of slid a little bit to the right to try to sell that charge there, but good effort.
A really tight affair early. Just under 4 minutes until halftime. Fresno State operating with about a 5-out offense as Haley Cavender connects from outside. She's got 9 points to lead all scorers now.
A little miscommunication there by Boise State, allowing her to get that open 3 there.
Osley gets an open look, and she can't hit, ends up on the floor as Fresno State ends up in transition. It's Haley who fires again, and the assist comes from her sister Hannah. The two twins taking over here at the end of the second quarter. Bulldogs on a 6-0 run. It's 22-17 and a great pass.
Yeah, that's a good ball movement there by Fresno State. I mean, in transition, she found her sister there in the corner. That connection there between two sisters is hard to beat.
And certainly you talk about having a connection with your teammates, spending 4 years with the class that you come in with from freshman to senior year, as long as you don't have any transfers or any pieces leave. But for those two, Haley and Hannah, to grow up playing basketball together their whole lives and then going to the same school, they've already got a connection, and it's just bred more and more during their time with the Bulldogs. You saw it right there on full display. Hannah knew exactly where her sister was going to be. For Boise State, got to be concerned about giving the ball up off those long rebounds, because that is leading to Fresno State transitions. And that is where the Bulldogs are at their most devastating. Inside, McQuieter battles across and scores.
Really good move there. She caught it on the right side of the basket, took 2 dribbles, made it to the left side, and was able to scoop that layup in there.
Good job to just fight off the resistance from McQuieter, be able to put the ball on the floor and score like that. Hannah spins on narrow. Jump bounce pass, and last touched by the Broncos. So it'll stay down on the right end.
Good rotations there by Boise State. There's a lot of drives, a lot of kickouts, and they're doing a really good job at trying to contain the guards, but if not, they're all rotating and working as a team to make sure that no one's left open or for an easy layup.
And certainly the biggest thing when you do slide over to help on these driving guards is that you make sure you don't leave anybody open at the three-point line. And those are those rotations you're talking about. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Haley gives it up, and that shot clock definitely expired. Either way, the ball didn't hit the rim. It would have been a violation regardless, as Sydney Deathman was given no time to shoot.
I think they kind of lost track of where the shot clock was, and by the time they put the shot up, it had already expired.
2 biggest things to always keep in your mind: time and score, especially where that shot clock is at in such a game as close as this one. Broncos again just moving the ball back and forth. Leonidas trying to use a screen, but in a 2-3 zone that the Broncos are up against, there's not much use to a screen when the help defense is almost right there.
Yeah, it's very important to move that ball around, try to get it in the middle and back out. You just got to make sure you keep the defense working and keep them honest.
There's a good looking stroke from Fairley. Another 3-ball goes down.
Yeah, after starting off kind of cold, Fresno State has definitely picked up, made a couple of threes here late in the second quarter. You
mentioned earlier, Breland, just seeing the ball go through the basket for Fresno State, how big of a confidence boost that can be. We've certainly seen here in the second quarter, the more the ball goes through the basket, it seems to just carry over as Leonidas gets some points for the Broncos.
Yeah, momentum is huge in the game of basketball. You kind of feed off of it, and everybody kind of gets that energy boost when the shots are going in and everything's falling for you.
Cavender pulls up for the floater, and Hannah misses. It's been a tough shooting game for Hannah Cavender. She's now 2 of 8 from the floor. She's still been helping out in other ways as Leonidas misses rim. Both teams definitely getting their shots up. That was the 30th shot of the half for Boise State. Drive by Fairley. And the ball hits McQuieter. Big shoulder blow there against Abby Muse as Fairley went down to try to pick it up, but Boise State takes it away. Eight seconds the difference between the game and the shot clock. Clark gets to the free throw line. She puts up a jumper, and Boise State abusing the zone from the charity stripe.
Yeah, it was a good pull up there by Jada Clark. You can kind of imagine that Fresno State's going to take the last shot here to go into halftime.
Fresno State did not get a good look at the end of the first. They get a better one here, and they are going to get free throws out of it. Haley Cavender lays on the floor before being helped up by her teammates.
Yeah, good drive here, as you can see. Kind of came down a little bit on the contest there, and a lot of contact, drew the foul.
5.1 seconds on the clock. Cavender shooting 2 at the line. In 6 games since the calendar turned over to 2022, Haley Cavender has been nearly unstoppable, averaging 20.7 points per game, 11.5 rebounds per game, and 8.3 assists per game. She's got 3 triple-doubles on the season as well. She's one of just 3 players across all of Division I basketball with multiple triple-doubles, and she's 1 behind Caitlin Clark of Iowa, the sophomore, who has 4. Boise State for the last shot of the possession, and Dominique Leonidas gets it up but doesn't get it in. It's a 4-point difference as we head to halftime. We'll be back with stats and highlights from Boise after an action-packed first half. Back in Boise, halftime at ExtraMile Arena. Fresno State holding the 4-point advantage over the Boise State Broncos. On the season, Broncos are just 1-8 when trailing at halftime, but they did win when trailing at half here at home. January 19th versus Wyoming. Went into halftime down 30-26, ended up winning 70-59 using a big 28-point fourth quarter. Broncos hoping that they can do the same. We take a look at the team comparisons between the two sides, brought to you by Impact Shot Tracker. And you look at all the possessions that we've had in this game. These two teams like to shoot early in the shot clock, and we're certainly seeing that today.
Yeah, we definitely are. And I mean, even though you're in a slump, that doesn't mean that you stop shooting. As we can see from Fresno State, they really didn't start out the best, but they picked it up and they ended up making 3 threes in a row, back to back to back. So can't be mad at that if you're a Fresno State fan.
For Fresno State, they shot just 25% in the first quarter, turned around in the second quarter, and then shot 46% for the floor. For Boise State, shot 21% in the first quarter, and then things got a little bit better for them, shooting 33% in the second, but definitely nothing to write home about so far in terms of offense, and that's because both of these teams are so good on the defensive end. The Broncos really showing it, and someone who's been showing out early for Boise State in this contest, Trista Hull, 8 points, 7 rebounds for the freshman already after a half. She's well on her way to a double-double if she keeps it up, and she's had plenty of opportunities so far tonight already.
Yeah, she's coming up big in the absence of Leonidas. I mean, not Leonidas. Lalot, yes. Sorry. She's coming up big. She's being aggressive. She's trying to get to the line. She's doing pretty well from the free throw line, 4 for 6. But yeah, she's starting out 8.7 rebounds. She's trying to win this game here at home.
She's been showing up for Boise State, but Haley Cavender really took over the game. There was a stretch where she banged home 2 3-pointers in a row. She's got 14 points. That leads all scorers, and it's not only been on the outside where she's been doing damage, but you see these drives. She's been getting in and causing havoc against the Broncos.
Yeah, she's kind of doing it all for Fresno State right now. She's leading the team, like you said, with 14 points, but she's shooting great from the field, over 50%, making 5 for 9 of her shots, and 2 for 3 from the three-point line, as well as 100% from the free throw line, making both of her free throws. So she's kind of doing it all. 2 steals, forcing Boise State to turn the ball over a little bit, but she's still being aggressive on the offensive end, and she's trying to get that win too.
And one of the things for Boise State that they've been very good at today is forcing Fresno State turnovers. Bulldogs have turned the ball over 7 times. Coming into the game, they are top 10 in the NCAA in terms of turnovers per game. They only turn it over 11.6 times per game. So to force 7 turnovers in the first half for the Broncos, that's something that they have to feel really good about, especially considering the fact that they limited Fresno State to such a low shooting percentage as well.
Yeah, they're being aggressive. They're trying to disrupt all their passes, and they're rotating well on defense. I think that's huge for Boise State, is these guards, they get into the paint, and they're nifty. They can finish, but they can also pass. And Boise State's doing a really good job in their rotations, trying to disrupt everything that they can.
Fresno State 4-4 in the Mountain West, coming off a victory at Utah State. Boise State lost 2 on the road a week ago, 6-3 at home. Bulldogs are 3-6 on the road. And at the moment, it's Fresno State with the 4-point lead over Boise State at ExtraMile Arena, but certainly still a lot of basketball to be played.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And with Boise State being 6-3 at home, there's nothing better than playing in front of your fans, your friends, your family. All that stuff plays a big role into how you play a basketball game, and hopefully they can turn it around in the second half and make these fans happy.
Well, it's Boise State behind by 4. We'll come back with more here from ExtraMile Arena at halftime. Halftime at ExtraMile Arena, Fresno State, Boise State doing battle. It's the Bulldogs by 4 at the moment after 20 minutes, but still 20 minutes to go. This year will mark the 50th year since Title IX was put into place, and today it's National Girls and Women in Sports Day. So our crew here at Boise State put together a video highlighting all of the women's athletic teams across the Bronco campus. A lot to celebrate, a lot of success for Boise State on the women's side of things recently. Bronco basketball team hoping to have some success in the second half. They trail the Bulldogs by 4. We'll come back with that second half when we return from break. You're watching Boise State women's basketball on the Mountain West Network. Both teams back on the floor shooting around to get ready for the second half. A couple of minutes away from it beginning. Leonard Berry, Breland Blanding with you on the Mountain West Network. Fresno State leads Boise State 27-23. A look at the Mountain West standings, and it is a dogfight throughout the conference. There are so many teams separated by so few games. You see Boise State tied with San Diego State, the team that they'll host on Saturday. Fresno State trying to snap a tie with Wyoming. But up at the top, UNLV and New Mexico. New Mexico last year's winners of the conference. UNLV, the team that's really surprising everyone right now. They're playing at the potential that everyone thought maybe Fresno State would be before the season began.
Yeah, that's the beauty about basketball. I mean, it can pretty much go either way any day. Every game is a new game, and you can always flip the script. Just because you might be in a slump at one point doesn't mean that you can't come back better the next game and improve on what you might have been not as good as the first game or the game before.
Boise State trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. They lost 61-47 in Laramie last Wednesday. Followed that up being defeated by San Jose State 61-59 at Provident Credit Center in San Jose. And keeping tabs on New Mexico, they're supposed to be in action tonight, but a big blizzard is moving in down in Albuquerque, and they've delayed the start of that game. It's supposed to tip off in about 5 minutes or so, but the roads are so dangerous, they're telling fans to stay home and just watch the game. So it might not be as big of a home court advantage for the Lobos, who just dropped their first game 2 contests ago against UNLV. And playing at the Pit tonight, they might not have the same energy that it normally does. So that's one to keep a lookout on. But here in Boise, we've got a great game on our hands, and we've got 20 minutes to go before we decide a winner. It's Boise State behind by 4 with the first possession of the third quarter, and Trista Hull has it knocked off her leg by Haley Kavanagh.
Yeah, the guard there, she kind of ducked her hand in. That's what they teach us to do on the guards. On the wing, they teach us when the ball goes in the middle, try to disrupt, try to knock it, try to just make it not easy for her to make a decision. That's what they did there.
Haley finds a lot of space on the baseline, and Haley Kavanagh converts again. Dominique Leonidas got switched on to her, and I don't think she was expecting to have to pick up the point guard, so it's more points for Haley Kavanagh. Already led all scorers going into the break. She gets the first basket of the second half, and Osley's two-handed pass stolen away. It ricochets right out to Hannah Kavanagh, who is rejected by Mary Canero, and no foul.
Yeah, good defense there in transition by Boise State, but start the second half at 2 turnovers back-to-back, and as you can see here, it's leading the transition, but they were able to kind of play that pretty good.
Narrow so long. Gets great length on her arms. And Mata throws it up. Muse snatches it right away from her. And while Haley Cavender might be the best point guard in terms of scoring and attacking the basket, Mary Kay Nero might be the best defensive point guard in the Mountain West. And she shows off her ability to get to the basket as well with that layup.
Yeah, it's good. Good driving there by Mary Kay in transition. She's seen the hole, seen the gap again. She's been doing that all game. She hasn't been able to get one to fall, but she got it there.
Haley Cavender tight ropes the baseline. Pick and roll between the twins as Hannah pops out. Carries into the middle. Nero again with those long arms. Definitely affected the shot there for Hannah Cavender. Leonidas wants some motion on that far side and finally gets it. Pick and roll, Nero again to the hoop, but her floater is too long. Three ball from Book. Another one that goes halfway down and comes out. Mata tries to just go through Trista Hull. Not the first time tonight we've seen her try to barge her way in. And again, it doesn't work as Muse gets right to the rim and scores.
Yeah, Boise State took advantage there. Mata was still kind of lagging behind. It was 5-on-4, and they was able to find the open man for the layup.
Great job by Boise State, realizing that they had that advantage for a short period of time. Haley Cavender again finds space on the floor and credit another assist to Hannah Cavender.
That's something you don't really see too often. It was a post screen right there in the middle of the lane, but it worked out pretty well.
That ball was out of bounds, or at least Haley Cavender's foot was as she tried to bring it back. Junior from Gilbert, Arizona.
Yeah, there it is again, that screen right there at the free throw line. Hard to guard it right there in the middle like that.
And Haley took it so quickly on the turnaround jumper that it really didn't give Leonidas any chance to react to the play. 9 on the shot clock for the Broncos. Osley is hitting 2 3-pointers a game. Dumps it inside to Trista Hull, and a shot that goes up over the top.
Fresno State starting this second half being very aggressive on the ball, trying not to give Boise State any easy baskets.
Hull with her 8 points has done it mostly at the free throw line as Cavender holds that release and hits another 3-pointer. She's got 21.
Yeah, Cavender starting this second half hot.
Great pass from Trista Hull right into Abby Muse. Taking the top off for 2.
What a great way to answer there by Boise State, getting an easy layup. Let's see if they can do something on defense here.
Boise State's gonna have to lock in. That was a great pass from Tamia Strickland, but Amy Book couldn't hold on to it. Haley Cavender has been cooking. This time she finds Hannah near corner, and another 3 goes down for the Bulldogs. They've hit 6 on the night. That's the first for Hannah Cavender.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she loves to see that ball go through the net, as we talked about earlier. She was 0 for 3 to start. Her sister found her there for the wide open 3, and she was able to knock it down.
Muse thought she had the layup, but couldn't get it. Mata knocks it out, so Boise State does get to keep. And Fresno State on fire on outside shots, 2 of 3 to open the third quarter. And they've opened up the 37-29 lead. Osley gets the space she wants. And again, this sophomore just not finding the connection from beyond the arc. Hannah Cavender, a lot of confidence after the last one. Doesn't hit this one though. Nero turns on the Jets. Osley's open again. Can she connect? No. Osley still yet to hit a shot, has no points on the night, but getting a lot of open looks.
Yeah, Osley is 0 for 9 total, but 0 for 7 from the 3-point line, but we can't expect her to stop shooting, though. She'll definitely keep on going.
She'll definitely start making them as well. She shoots about 37% on the season as Cavender bumps her way into the lane. Gordy Presnell calls a timeout as the Bulldogs take their largest lead of the evening. They're up by 10 thanks to some strong outside shooting. Boise State having a ton of success inside. Abby Muse, 6 points and 9 rebounds already in this ball game, but Boise State at the moment trails by 10.
Yeah, starting the second half, she's had 2 quick baskets. Hopefully this will get her going this half.
Muse, who had the huge game against San Jose State, couldn't convert that into a victory for the Broncos. 6 of 10 from the floor in that one. 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Gets inside again and scores. Haley Cavender trying to claw at the back, but much too little to do anything against the 6'3" post.
Yeah, Fresno State came out trying to trap there, but Boise State did a great job at moving the ball around. They got it in the middle and was able to find the post down low.
Good spin jumper. Haley Cavender continues to show a variety of ways to score. She's got 23 points, and she is just lighting it up. She's 9 of 13 from the floor against the Broncos tonight.
Yeah, she's doing it all right now for Fresno State. She's in a groove, and she's definitely feeling pretty good.
The assists have kind of gone to the wayside for Haley Cavender, but when you're scoring the way you are, it leads to a lot of team success as Trista Hull brings the ball in and draws the foul against Jessica Peterson. That is a block, and that will send Boise State to the free throw line. 41-31, our score. 6 minutes been played so far in the third quarter. There is Boise State's schedule to get to today. Up and down so far for Boise State on the season. 3-6 in conference play, 7-13 overall. And with a young team, you expect to have some up and down swings like you see on the graphic.
Yeah, and as you can see here, 6 of those losses have been by less than 5 points. So they're right there. 1 or 2 possessions can make the game. If they can figure out how to close these games, they'll be in good shape.
Boise State has certainly hung tough with quite a few teams. They've had a lot of games come down to the final possession. Had it happen against La Tech, had it happen against Pepperdine as well, as Trista Hull gets the block, contributing another stat to her amazing night, and now trying to get the points as well. The ball rattles around the rim and stays out. Fresno State hasn't really had as much trouble in the half court in this third quarter like they did in the first, and that's part of the reason why they're getting open looks, especially from outside. This time it's Book who can't hit it.
And not only are they open, but they're making them. They're shooting way better percentage than they were in the first half. They're shooting almost 43% this half, so they're getting these open shots and they're knocking them down.
Trista Hull misses the shot, but the Broncos are going to get the ball back, and everyone else is running back on defense as the exchange was flubbed by Hannah Cavender. Boise State get the opportunity to get some second chance points. Into Muse. She ends up getting doubled off of Peterson, who last touched it. She thought Muse got it last and smiles about it.
Yeah, I see her battling down here, trying to get good position for the layup. Looks like her hands were straight up.
Broncos again will inbound. Fresno State still in that 2-3 zone. Narrow just cuts right through it and carves her way to the bucket for 2.
It's very good by Mary Kay Narrow there, trying to get into those gaps. And that was a good finish with her left hand.
Another good finish for Narrow. 6 points for her on the night. Hannah Cavender wide open, clamoring for the ball, never got it, and the shot is missed. She was screaming, clapping, waving her hands, never got it. As Narrow's baseline drive is stopped. Boise State trying to cut into that Bulldog lead. Leonidas thought she had it, but Rachel Bowers gets the rebound, and Boise State gets the basket. Good passing from Jada Clark to give up the look.
Yeah, Boise State, they're creating second chance opportunities by getting that offensive rebound. And Fresno State was in no position. They left a wide open layup there underneath the basket.
Leonidas was calling for the ball much in the same vein that Hannah Cavender was on the last Fresno State possession. Under 10 on the shot clock for the Bulldogs. Down to 4 as Dunn wants to find Haley. That ball is stripped by Leonidas, and it's a shot clock violation.
That's awesome defense there by Boise State. As you can see, they're doubling Haley a little bit when she gets the ball and trying to attack the basket. They're not trying to let her get any more easy points, as she has 23 points so far. Kind of started out the second half hot.
Fresno State has gone now on a 3-minute scoring drought. Abby Muse has ascended into the 10 rebound category now. She's got 10 boards, but has hit the bench. Chinma Njoku's come in for the Broncos. Muse with 8 points. She's 2 points away from her 8th double-double. Rachel Bowers turnaround J. That's off the mark. Jada Clark aggressively guarding in the backcourt for the Broncos. Smart play there by Hannah Cavender. Picked up the dribble, was going to fall out of bounds, and just bounces it off the feet.
Yeah, she's trying to get to the basket here. Jada Clark did a great job at cutting off that lane there, and she also blocked her so she couldn't get that baseline pass to the corner as well.
Mata, who's been very quiet tonight, setting that screen there for Haley Cavender. She's been averaging nearly a double-double per game, 2 seconds, as Strickland's 3 is no good, and Boise State has been clamping down in end-of-clock situations in this third quarter.
Yeah, Boise State's defense definitely has stepped up a bit. They're way more aggressive, and they're trying to limit the easy shots for Fresno State.
Kick out Book, Leonidas the closeout, but it's not in time as the Cal State Fullerton transfer brings home a 3-ball.
We'll probably see Boise State take the last shot of the quarter here, looking to get a good shot to end the quarter.
Boise State can't hit Njoku with the rebound and her first points of the season. That will end the third quarter. Great play by Chinma, and we go to the fourth. Broncos getting a bucket at the end of the third. Chinma Njoku going up, scoring her first points of the season. You can see how much it meant to not only her, but for Boise State after she played in just 3 games a year ago. And they missed the rest of the year with an injury. A foul called against Abby Muse, who puts palms outstretched in confusion.
Doesn't look like much, but she did hit her with the body there, trying to grab the ball.
Leonidas tips that pass, keeps it out of bounds. Had to dive, almost Superman style, just to get there. You can see Boise State hustling, putting bodies on the line. This game certainly means quite a bit to them.
Yeah, they're trying to do everything they can to control their destiny and be aggressive on defense here and not let anything get by or let them get any easy baskets.
Hannah with the spin move, loses the ball, and it ends up right at the feet of Mata. Maybe not an easier basket on the season for Wetala Mata.
Yeah, that ball rolled literally right into her hands in the middle of the paint for her. Just grab it in stride for the easy layup.
Boise State again trying to use that high post to their advantage in the zone. Clark splits everything. Right-handed floater is no good. Rachel Bowers count the basket.
Great offensive rebound there by Rachel Bowers. As you can see here, she's seen that the ball was a little off, pursued it hard, and was able to get the and one.
Boise State has been dominating the boards in this one. 37 rebounds compared to just 26 for Fresno State. Broncos are plus 11 in the rebounding column, but they're behind on the scoreboard by 5. It doesn't always translate to victory when you do win that battle on the boards. Haley out to Strickland. And now Hannah gets that matchup with Abby Muse, and that's the one that she likes because she can take Muse to the hole.
Yeah, as a post player, it's a little hard to guard the guards, especially when they're so quick. And there we go. You see Rachel Bowers knocking down that mid-range jumper there.
Another post-to-post pass. Give the assist to Abby Muse. She was at the top of the key, but looked just like a facilitator from out there. And she found the wide open Bowers. Another ball inside for Fresno State. And Mata again, not able to come up with the finish. She's 1 of 7 from the floor. Has just 3 points when she's been averaging nearly 17 in the last 7 games. Narrow creates a ton of space for the 3-ball. And a timeout called. Jamie White wants to talk things over with her Bulldogs. Now as Boise State has gone on a run to bring it back within 2. The excitement brewing an extra mile here in the 4th. Boise State exploding out of the gates into the 4th quarter. Outscoring Fresno State 8-4, including a quick little 7-0 run capped off by the narrow 3-pointer. And Boise State looking to keep it going as they come out of the media timeout. Something of note in this 4th quarter, Boise State on the season has not won a game by scoring less than 60 points. Fresno State hasn't won a game when they've scored less than 70. And it doesn't look like either of those teams tonight are going to get to those respective numbers unless a big 4th quarter is in the books. Good drive by Leonidas and finds space to get that jumper home even with 3 hands.
Yeah, that was definitely a good shot there by Leonidas. Contested, but still was able to knock it down.
Keeps Boise State within 2. Broncos have hit 4 of their last 4 field goals. And again, Hannah Kavanagh continues to drive on Muse. Mata spins through. And Muse is going to take the foul. It was Bowers who was on the defense.
As you can see here, Bowers cuts off that right side, so she did a good spin there, and she did catch her a little bit on the head.
You might have been able to see the sign in the background as well as Muse picks up her 3rd foul on the night. Mata's at the line, misses the 1st. Even out here in Boise, the Kavanagh twins finding fans. And that's certainly what happens. Big TikTok stars, successful YouTube channel, and certainly the off-the-court success makes a lot of players want to play harder against them on the court. But they're continuing to prove night in, night out that they can be successful. Hannah Kavanagh leaves it short. Haley Kavanagh a rebound away from a double-double. Narrow gets fouled on her drive. And Mary Kay Narrow has been going for gaps all evening long.
Yeah, as you can see here, she took that little crossover, went to the left side, and yeah, she's been super aggressive all game today, trying to get those easy layups or trying to get fouled like she did just now and knock down those free throws.
And it's important for Boise State, especially in this 2-3 zone, when no one actually wants to get in front of Narrow and put a body on her, to take what you can get and make it all the way to the rim if you can. And that's certainly what the sophomore's been doing.
Also in the zone, you do have a lot of rotations going on, so if you can get past that first guard or that first defender, you can make it.
Huge rebound for Muse, and a foul, loose ball foul. Narrow is going to get called for it as she dove on the floor.
Both teams being aggressive here for those 50-50 balls. As you can see, it's here on the ground for anybody to grab. Both teams scrapping, falling. Just a little too aggressive there, maybe by Mary Kay Narrow.
You saw the end of Gordy Presnell's reaction to the call. Bronco head coach not enthusiastic about the whistle going against his side. Still just a 2-point game, though. Haley Cavender dribbles herself into a double team before finally managing to get away from it.
Boise State doing everything in their power to make sure she does not get any more easy buckets.
Pass tipped by Leonidas, and a lot of contact. A foul is going to go against Jada Clark with just 5 seconds on the shot clock. Late clock fouling in another loose ball situation.
Yeah, as a part of Boise State picking up their aggression, they're going for all those balls, but you got to make sure you're not doing too much contact to the other player.
Another double team by Boise State. They're definitely sick of seeing Haley Cavender score buckets. Mata around Bowers. Again, the post cannot score inside.
This is the point of the game where all these possessions matter. I know Boise State's going to try everything in their power to try to get a good bucket here.
Jada Clark puts up the layup. Good finger roll look, but again, the conversion not there for the Broncos. It would have tied the game. Seems like no matter where these two teams are, no matter where they meet, it's always close as Haley Cavender gets open on the outside for her 4th triple of the night.
Yeah, Boise State made a little bit of a defensive error there, left her open on the 3. Definitely not the one you want to leave open.
Blocking foul called at half court. Haley Cavender gets the foul. These are the 3 points that she just racked up. Give her 26 on the night. There's still not a Bronco in double digits. The only 2 scorers who have made it to 10 points or more on the night are Haley and Hannah Cavender, 26 and 11 respectively. Boise State still hanging around. No one else has chipped in at all for Fresno State on the night. Mosley trying to run off a screen. Muse puts the ball on the floor. Nice move. And the foul as she gets whacked on the head. Abby Muse going to the free throw line for an and 1.
That is an amazing jab there. She jabbed left, had the girl move all the way to the left, and she had the right lane. Clear open as day. Got the foul for the and 1.
What a finish for Abby Muse off a brilliant move to give her 8th double-double on the season. 10 points and 13 rebounds from Muse with the free throw upcoming to again bring Boise State within 2. Free throw is off, and the Broncos are shooting 50% from the stripe tonight in a 3-point game. That can be what makes all the difference. Leonidas knocks it away.
Yeah, good defense there by Leonidas, and also good sportsmanship there by Haley, helping her up on the almost steal and turnover.
Haley showing a bit too much of that ball on that crossover. It's Narrow who switched on to Haley Cavender. Shot out to the corner, done. Off the rim, a rebound Peterson and a whistle. Blocking foul against the Broncos.
As you can see here, when you shoot a lot of threes, you're going to have a lot of long rebounds. And in this instance, Broncos is in a good position to get that rebound, but since it went a little long, went right into Fresno State.
Peterson's first free throw drops. Peterson from Rancho Cucamonga, California. 3 different All-State selections in 2020 back in high school. In fact, was the number 8 player in Southern California for the class of 2021. And the freshman makes them both. Those are her first 2 points on the night. Boise State's been on fire from the floor recently, trying to keep that up. They've hit 5 of their last 7. Good ball movement, Leonidas to Narrow, and the Broncos miss another 3. Abby Muse is there, rebound number 14. What a pass! And Leonidas draws the contact and the foul.
Yeah, good effort there by Abby Muse getting that rebound, and looked like she wanted to take the layup, but last second found Leonidas there cutting to the basket and was able to draw the foul.
Abby Muse has been really showing off her ability to pass. She's got 3 assists so far tonight. When the Broncos were in Wyoming, it didn't count as an assist for Abby Muse, but it might have been the best pass for Boise State on the season. She got doubled on the left block, bounced the ball between her and her defender's legs to the right side of the paint to Trista Hull. And then Hull ended up getting fouled in the process, but just the pass itself was worthy of being mentioned, as Leonidas, the best Bronco free throw shooter on the season, is trying to go 2 for 2. Shooting 82% on the year, and it is a pair that dropped for Dominique.
Dominique is the first Bronco in double figures here. Well, actually, Muse has 10, but Leonidas is leading all scorers for the Boise State with 11 points.
Broncos trail by 3 as Haley Cavender gets too much space again. But this time she misses the 3, and Muse gets rebound number 15. It's a huge board for the Broncos, who do have the opportunity to tie on this possession. They haven't had a lot of success from outside, just 2 of 12. Leonidas picks up the dribble with 8 on the shot clock. And Boise State will get to reset, but 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Not a lot of time here for Boise State. They might have to take the first or second shot available.
Muse takes that first shot available, and she gets fouled. She's going back to the free throw line. It's already a career night for Abby Muse, and she's trying to add more points.
Abby Muse is playing absolutely spectacular right now. She's being very aggressive, going for those rebounds. Now she's at the line for 2.
15 rebounds for Muse, the most this season. Her previous high was 14 versus Warner Pacific back on December 20th. Makes the first. Muse's career high 18 boards. That came against San Jose State on New Year's Eve of 2020. And she makes both free throws to bring the Broncos within 1. Muse with 12 and 15 trying to will Boise State to a W. And she gets in the passing lane and the ball ends up out of bounds.
Being very active on defense there, got a good deflection, and we see that little brush screen there at the free throw line by Fresno State trying to get Haley Cavender another bucket here in the 4th quarter.
Stolen by Muse, and a jump ball. Possession arrow going for Boise State means the Broncos will take the basketball, and Fresno State finding a lot of difficulty now that Haley Cavender has been shut down.
Yeah, Boise State has done a great job at limiting her touches, trying to make it difficult for her to make shots, and they see success here in the 4th quarter.
Well, Boise State with an opportunity to take the lead on this possession. Down low to Trista Hull, and the freshman puts it over the rim. Rebound snagged by Hannah Cavender. Boise State hasn't led in this contest since the 1st quarter. Trying to fight back in the 4th. A foul for a push. That sends Fresno State into the bonus, and they'll call it against Anna Osley.
As you can see here, tried to take the charge, tried to sell it, but just didn't have her feet set.
Hannah Cavender at the free throw line. Her 82% from the line is 6th best in the Mountain West. 2-time All-Mountain West selection. A member of the Mountain West All-Freshman team in 2020. With the 2 made free throws, Cavender's up to 13 points. The 2 Cavenders have combined it for 39 of Fresno State's 57. Corner for Narrow, 3 ball on its way, off back rim. Narrow gets her own miss and can't score. Ball is loose, and the Broncos get to keep it under their basket after the Bulldogs knocked it out.
Yeah, right there, as you can see, she missed this 3 here, but aggressive, got a rebound, tried to put the floater up, but rolled out slightly, and they get the ball back again for another shot.
How many times tonight on either hoop have we seen a ball look like it was destined to go in and just pop right back out? Hull had the ball knocked away. Bulldogs thought it was a double dribble. Muse doubled in the post, and a big tie-up for a jump ball that's going to send it the other way with Fresno State.
Yeah, Fresno State's coming hard and fast with their trap. Soon as Abby picked it up, grabbed it, they're trying to grab it, take it from her.
Under 2 minutes to play. 3-point game. Haley Cavanagh gets Trista Hull switched onto her. Hull puts a hand up. Cavanagh misses. Hull the rebound, draws the foul, and the Broncos are in the bonus, which means Trista Hull is going to the free throw line for Boise State to shoot 2.
Yeah, Trista Hull, she's 5 for 8 on the day. These are probably the biggest free throws that she'll shoot this whole game, but as you can see there, got that rebound, held it up high. The guard couldn't get it, and she fouled her trying to reach in.
Big spot to put the freshman in. And Hull misses the first free throw. Still a 1-possession game. Second free throw is a swish for Trista Hull. 10 points. And now for the Washingtonian. 10 points, 9 rebounds, a rebound away from a double-double. Haley Cavanagh and Abby Muse have both picked up double-doubles. The two who lead the Mountain West. Haley's got the most. Abby's got the second most in the conference. This is Haley Cavanagh. 4 on the clock for Hannah. Drives on Leonidas, uses the glass, and a huge bucket for the Bulldogs.
She's seen that shot clock winding down there, knew she had to get to the basket, and was able to put on a good cross and get there and finish the layup.
The 5'6" acrobat strikes again, puts Fresno State up 4. Hull draws the foul against Mata. That's her 4th, and now Huitala Mata is a foul away from being gone from this contest.
Good aggressive drive there by Hull.
Hull has shot 10 free throws so far tonight. She's made 6 of them. And 2 more massive ones coming. First one rims out. Fifth time this season that Trista Hull has been in double figures. She makes the second, and Jamie White calls a timeout for Fresno State in this 3-point game with 44 seconds left to play. Broncos were very much in a close game situation on Saturday. This is how it ended against the Spartans. An open look for Dominique Leonidas, but Sydney Lewis getting out to block the shot, and time expiring off the rebound. That gave the Spartans their first Mountain West win. And you mentioned earlier, Braylon, Boise State has been in close games, 5 losses by 1 possession or less this season. They are no stranger to this type of situation.
Yeah, those type of losses definitely leave a sour taste in your mouth, and you can kind of see it here from Boise State having to climb back in this second half and fourth quarter, and they're doing everything that they can to try to keep this game within reach.
Boise State down by 3. Another look at Hannah Cavanagh's finish to put Fresno State up to 59 points. It's Haley Cavanagh who has it, trying to waste as much time as possible. A basket here for the Bulldogs would mean trouble for the Broncos, and it would make it a 2-possession game. Hannah Cavanagh attacking narrow. 4 on the shot clock for Haley. Pushes off, finds Strickland, who's open. And as the shot clock goes, a foul against Anna Osley.
Yeah, that was good ball movement there by Fresno State. Was able to find the open man, and just as the shot clock was expiring, got that foul to shoot 2 free throws.
A little bit of contact from Osley. Some moans and groans from the ExtraMile Arena crowd. Strickland is going to be shooting 2 free throws at the stripe, but first the officials are going to review whether or not the shot was off before the foul and before the shot clock had expired. So a big review potentially upcoming here as Lisa Jones and Anita Ortega take a look at the monitor. We'll take another look as well. Seems clear as day that the ball is out of the hand of the freshman Tamia Strickland.
Yeah, unfortunately for Boise State, it does look like she was fouled before the shot clock did go off, so we're looking like she'll probably come out with these 2 free throws.
And it's another possession on the night where Boise State does indeed foul in a low clock situation. We talked about these 1 possession games, talked about the late losses, and that can be part of it, just giving your opponent a chance to reset that shot clock or fouling at the end of the shot clock. When you force them into a bad shot, it can make a big difference, and we're seeing that right here in a 3-point game.
Yeah, definitely. Anna Ostley probably didn't mean to give as much contact as she did, but definitely had the arm there on her hip to kind of push off a little bit, and now she's at the line for 2.
Strickland has not gone to the free throw line yet in this one, and she misses the first. That'll give the Broncos a little bit of life, and instantly the 2 Cavenders rush over to give advice. Second one is good. Courtney Presnell calls a timeout. Boise State will have 1 left. And now the question, do the Broncos go for the 3, or do they just play for the 2?
I guess you can go either or here, because either way, if you do make a basket, you're down, so you will have to foul a little bit. So play the foul game, hope that they miss a couple free throws, and hopefully you get the ball back to maybe tie or go for the win.
An exciting one here on hand at ExtraMile Arena. Leonard Berry, Breland Blanding with you as Boise State and Fresno State again matching up. Fresno State has won 3 of the past 4. The Broncos haven't got to them in the regular season as of late. Lost both in Fresno a year ago and also lost here at home 85-80 back in 2020, but did get the Bulldogs in the Mountain West tournament. You can see Haley Cavender on the left side of your screen telling her team to call a timeout if they get the basketball. Broncos inbound it. They got to go quickly here. Ostley for 3, her first of the game. Can't get it. Crystal Holes got it, misses the shot as well. Haley Cavender brings it in and gets knocked out of bounds. A foul against Boise State with 3.6 seconds left. And it'll send not only the best free throw shooter on the Fresno State team, not only the best free throw shooter in the entire Mountain West Conference, but the best free throw shooter in the entire country to the line.
Yeah, she's 66 for 67 from the free throw line, shooting 98.5%. So these are going to be tough here, but Boise State had a good look at it and even had a second chance opportunity, but just couldn't knock it down.
And Cavender doing what you expect, making the first. 5-point game, 3.6 seconds left. The Broncos have but 1 timeout, and Haley Cavender make it 68 for 69 on free throws. Narrow heaves up the 3 at the end of regulation. It does not go. It would have been but merely consolation for the Broncos as Fresno State again comes into Boise for the 2nd year running now and knocks off the Broncos at home, this time by a final score of 62-56. Boise State, a couple of great individual performances in the loss, double-doubles from Crystal Hull and Abby Muse, but in the end, just not enough to overcome the scoring output of Haley Cavender, who finishes the night with 28.
Yeah, Haley Cavender did it all today. She had 28 points, shooting 10 from 18 from the field, 4 from 7 from the 3-point line, and finished off with 11 rebounds. So she's pretty much leading the team in every stat that you can have. So great performance by her and tough loss for Boise State.
Certainly a tough loss for Boise State. The Broncos have now lost 3 straight, and the defense of home court now slips closer to 500. Boise State now 6-4 here at home, 7-14 on the season, and 3-7 in Mountain West play, while Fresno State gets over 500, up to 5-4 on the year, and they are now 9-11 overall on the season. We are going to be joined by Boise State freshman Trista Hull here on the post-game show. And Trista, great effort from you tonight. You had a lot of opportunities. You had that look down there at the end. Tell me just what happened there in those final couple of seconds for you.
I didn't go up strong. I faded away. I just need to go up strong next time and finish the play.
And you had a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds. I know it must be hard to deal with that in a losing effort, but just the way you had success filling in for Elodie, what has it meant for you over these last 3 games?
I don't really know. I feel like it was good, but it obviously wasn't good enough, and I feel like I could have executed a lot better down the stretch, especially my 3 free throws. I really let my team down there, but I think it wasn't very good. Like, I feel like I could have done a lot better, and I really need to step up big for Elle, and I feel like I didn't quite get there for her.
And you're going into a game now on Saturday against San Diego State. You lost to them at their gym, but they're coming to you now. How do you want to give them payback for what they did to you down in San Diego?
Oh, I think we need payback badly down there. It was just honestly an embarrassment getting blown out by 20, and I feel like we should have Elle back, fingers crossed, but I think we're going to come out and execute better. When we were there, we came out really flat, and they just took off, and we weren't able to bounce back. So I think if we come out strong, we'll be good.
Well, Trista, we appreciate the time. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Trista Hull, Boise State freshman, 11 points, 10 rebounds in the loss to Fresno State. And you heard her there. She said missed some free throws down the stretch. Did go 7-12 at the line, but not up to her standards. Boise State falls by 6 here at home. They'll be back on Saturday. It'll be a doubleheader, the men and the women, having 2 games against Californian opponents on that day. The women will kick it off against San Diego State. The men will play afterwards. For my co-analyst, Breland Blanding, I'm Leonard Berry. Thank you very much for tuning in here today to this production of Boise State basketball. Our final from ExtraMile Arena, Fresno State 62, Boise State 56.